Hey y'all, it's Richard from Richard in the Kitchen. Today, a real simple classic old-fashioned meatloaf with a sweet and tangy topping glaze. This is such a delicious dish. It doesn't take very many ingredients at all. It comes out moist, tender every time, so let's get started. I've chopped up some veggies, some green bell pepper, some red onion. You can use any type of onion you want, and some chopped garlic. Now, one thing I like to do is put my veggies in a food processor and give it a few pulses. What this does is really finely dice your veggies. A lot of people stay away from eating meatloaf. They tell me that they don't like biting down on big chunks of veggies and a piece of garlic. So I find that putting it in a food processor, giving it a few pulses, really finely dices this. A lot of times when you've got big chunks of veggies in there, it takes away from the great taste of meat. But you can see how finely diced this is. It really gives it a mild flavor. Next, I want to add some oil to a skillet over medium heat. I want to saute my veggies. I really think this brings out more flavor in the veggies. Just cook that around for about 5 minutes until softened. Turn off the heat, set aside, and let cool. Now, while we're waiting on our veggies to cool, I'll make our topping glaze. Just add some ketchup to a bowl, some plain old yellow mustard. Now, you can use Dejon mustard if you want a little spice to your topping, and then some brown sugar. Give it a good mix and set that aside. As far as our meat, I'm using ground chuck 80/20. Just take it and throw it into a bowl. Give it a few pushes, and we'll season it. Now, the only seasonings I'm going to put in here, like I said, this is simple. Some kosher salt, some fresh ground black pepper. I'm using Panko breadcrumbs. You can use regular breadcrumbs, bread, crackers. You can use 5-minute quick oats, whatever you have on hand. Add your cool veggie mixture to the bowl, some Worcestershire sauce, 1 finely beaten egg, and some chopped parsley. Then just get your hands down there and give it a mix. Now, keep in mind you don't want to overmix this because, like I said, that's going to make your meat tough. It's one of the reasons why meatloaf comes out tough is you overwork it. We're just looking to get all those ingredients incorporated into the meat. Next, place it on a baking sheet on top of some parchment paper and take your hand and form it into a loaf. Top it with your glaze. Make sure you just spread it out all over the top. Then put it in a preheated 350-degree oven for about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. And after that time, guys, let it sit on the counter for 10 minutes before you cut into it. Otherwise, it's liable to fall apart when you cut it. Just give it some slices. Moist, tender. You can barely see any of those veggies inside there. Held together nice. But now I'm going to take it a step further. Who doesn't like a great crust on their meat? So add some oil to a very hot skillet. Take a couple of pieces of your loaf, lay it in that hot skillet, cook it a couple of minutes on each side to give it a great crust. Oh, look at that. Great crust, moist. Serve it up. Guys, I hope you give this recipe a try. Really, a lot of people stay away from meatloaf because they say it tastes like a shoe, but I guarantee you guys, this is moist and tender every time. Guys, thanks for watching. If you like the video, I appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, comment, and share. But until next time, I hope you give this recipe a try. Enjoy. See you later. Bye-bye, y'all.